Welcome to Arch 1010, the first class in the School of Architecture. My name is Sally Hambright-Belue, and I am so happy to be teaching this course this semester. First, you will be studying with me and 9 excellent graduate teaching assistants. These TAs are going to be your best friends this semester and are going to be able to help you with anything you need help with. We really do believe that if you want to be an architect, it is our goal to help you do that. If you are not successful, we cannot be successful. First, I just have a couple of things that I would like to remind you about. First, this is an introduction. You are not expected to know how to do anything that we're going to be learning this semester. That means you're probably going to be a little uncomfortable in the beginning because you're going to be doing things that you have never done before. Just don't worry about that. Second, this class is based in skills. While we will be discussing conceptual ideas, that is not the focus. The focus is learning how to make beautiful drawings, beautiful models, and some digital drawings as well. Finally, do not freak out. I cannot tell you how important this is. We are here to help you. Please just ask us. Typically, the things that you're going to be upset about, we will be able to help you with in a matter of minutes. So just ask us. Don't struggle on your own. This is maybe the most important thing in this video. There are so many of you. This is the biggest incoming School of Architecture class yet. There are about 150 students, and there's only one of me. This is why we have 9 TAs this semester. Your TAs only have about 17 students each. That means if you ever have a question or need to ask something, email your TA before you email me. You're going to get an answer a lot quicker from them. They also know all of the answers to your questions, and if they don't, they can find out from me very quickly. You can reach out to any TA that you feel comfortable speaking with, so don't feel like you only have to talk to the TA that you have been assigned. You can definitely copy me on any of your emails. Just know that my response time may not be as quick as your TA's. So what we're going to be doing this semester. First, the architecture curriculum at Clemson is based in studio. You will take a studio each semester that you are here. Studio is project-based. That means you're never going to be taking an exam in studio. Time management is going to be crucial for you to be successful. It's also something that's going to take some time to acquire. These are skills that we will talk to you more about and that we can help you develop throughout the semester. The reason this is important in architecture is that when you get into the profession, you will always be working to deadlines. You will be working to a deadline to meet with a client. You'll be working with a deadline to meet with a consultant like a structural engineer. You will always have a deadline, and it's really important to learn that skill now. We're also going to be practicing making really beautifully crafted drawings and models. That is something else that by the end of the class, you're going to be completely surprised at how far you've come and how much better your drawings and models have gotten. We're also going to be using the iterative process. You may not be familiar with this. The iterative process is where you do something, then you think about it, you talk to your TA, you talk to your professor, you talk to your classmates, you get feedback, and then you go back and you do it again and you make improvements. This might be frustrating in the beginning, but just know that each time that you redo a project, it's going to get better. And that's the goal, is to have a really great project in the end. Try to embrace the iterative process instead of fight it, because it is something that you're going to be dealing with in your careers as an architect. For instance, when you start designing a project, you'll end up having a client meeting to show them what you've come up with. I guarantee your client is going to say, I don't really think this works, but maybe we can do this. Or your client might say, well, there's no way that the way this is laid out will work for our business or our family. Then the next week you may meet with your structural engineer. The structural engineer is going to give you feedback, and you're going to have to go back and change your project again. So your projects are always going to change. And just know the reason that we use the iterative process is because we want to have a really great project in the end. We're also going to be learning terminology, visual language, and composition. We're going to be learning to use words like balance, asymmetry, grain, symmetry, repetition. So that's really where we're going to start. These are foundational language that you're going to use in architecture. The building that you are studying in Lee Hall is what we consider a 24-hour building. But because of COVID, we do have some limited hours. So at the current time, the building, you will have access with your Tiger One card from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on the weekdays and from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. on the weekends. That means that after 10 p.m. your card will not allow you into the building. Now, if you're already in the building, you are welcome to continue your work. This is one of the most important pieces of our syllabus, and that is our attendance policy. We only allow 4 unexcused absences. On the 5th unexcused absence, you will fail the course. The reason that I originally implemented this attendance policy several years ago was because this is a profession. Architecture is a profession. And when you walk in our building, you are beginning your time in our profession. And it's really important to be on time and to be present at class time. But after last year, I've actually realized that there's a more important reason that I have this attendance policy, and that is because of your success. I found that last year, the students that had more than 4 unexcused absences across the board failed the class. That's because our architecture is based in doing, and it's really important to come to class and learn how to do the projects from your TAs, your professor, and from your classmates. Now, that being said, please do not come to school if you are sick. We consider those excused. If you do not want to go to the doctor, that is fine. We've all had a cold or had a stomach bug and not gone to the doctor. Just send us an email and we will consider that excused. You should also make sure that you use the notification of absence tool in Canvas. That is an excellent way to let us know where you are. I promise that when you return to class, we will help catch you back up when you return. This is here because this is the reason that I wear a mask, and it's also the reason that I am vaccinated. If I did something that I could have, if I got sick and it was something I could prevent and then they got sick, I would never forgive myself. They really are my entire world. The reasons that you might wear a mask and that you are vaccinated are probably different. For instance, you're spending a lot of money on your education. And if I get sick, obviously you're going to lose access to me for a little bit. If your TA gets sick, you're going to lose access to them for a little bit. And if you get sick, you're going to sort of lose access to us for a bit as well. The other reason that you may choose to wear a mask or get vaccinated is because this is your freshman year and you can never get your freshman year back. I can remember when I started school at Clemson, I was so excited to be going to college, and I had a fabulous freshman year, and I really want you to as well. So let's try to do everything we can to stay healthy and make this a wonderful year. At this moment, you should have been assigned a desk in studio. Please make sure that you put your name on the desk. You can begin to move your supplies into the studio. You may want to bring in a large plastic bin to keep your tools in if you do not have one of the metal charrettes. You also should not leave valuables in the studio like your computer. From time to time, we do have things go missing, but it is rare. You may also want to write your name on all of your supplies with a Sharpie. Sometimes people borrow things and they get misplaced. Everyone in the studio is going to have a ruler, so it's very difficult to tell the difference between whose is whose. So please write your name on everything. Again, these are the times that you're allowed to work in studio and when your cards will give you access to the building. If your card is not working and you do not have access, please contact Michelle Marchese at this email address. Now, in our class, you're going to have 3 different types of assignments. These are assignments, exercises, and sketchbooks. When you look at our course calendar, you're going to see that the assignments are labeled A1, A2, A3, and there are 23 of them. In-class exercises are going to be called E1, E2, E3, and so on, and sketchbooks are S1, S2, S3, S4, and so on. Assignments are what we consider to be homework. They are done outside of class, but you will have lots of in-class time as well to work on them, and if you work diligently, you actually can finish most of the work during class. On these assignments, craft is extremely important. These are going to be hard-lined drawings for the most part. You're going to be using your parallel bars, your rulers, your triangles, and making as well-crafted artifacts as possible. We also grade these very strictly, so your grade will be based on your craft. In the beginning, do not be surprised if you are receiving C's on these. We have a long ways to go in the class and do not expect you to have excellent craft at first. But it's important that we let you know where you are. The in-class exercises, on the other hand, are done in class, and these are considered practice. If you do it, you get full credit. So on these, you'll probably get 100 as long as you do them and turn them in. Sketchbooks are done weekly, and these are due each Monday. Again, with these, as long as you do them and as long as you put in some good effort, and believe me, we're going to be able to see if you are putting in good effort, you'll receive a very good grade. Documentation is done at the very end of the semester, and again, you should get a great grade on this as long as you complete it and you follow the instructions. And then we will offer extra credit in the class. You can go ahead and look at that on the Canvas page. Now, that being said, it's actually not hard to get a very good grade in the course as long as you do the work. Most students will receive an A. Even students that have horrible craft will probably receive a B. The only students that I see not receiving a good grade are those students that don't do the work. So just know, I look at Arch 1010 as your introduction to architecture. I don't expect you to be able to make amazing things in this class. This is your time to get the skills that you need to be successful in the future, but you do have to put in the work and the practice to do so. Our final exam is set by the university, and it is Tuesday, December 7th from 3 to 5:30. Please put this date on your calendar. If you have a part-time job, you should let them know about this date now so that you can make sure you are at the final review. Attendance is mandatory at the final review. Thank you very much. I am so excited to be teaching this class and to be here in person with you. These are currently my office hours, but I think they are going to have to change. I will be in touch with you about what my office hours will be. If you do need to meet with me, please just email me at shambri@clemson.edu, and I will make time to meet with you. TAs also will have office hours, and we will be posting those to Canvas. I'm so happy that you are joining us this semester, and I know we're going to have a fabulous time.